Near mint condition, the home of collected editions.
That cover's so awesome.
This is Mr. Chris Claremont, a legend.
Melanie goes,
Tired.
time to empty those wallets and fill those shelves. That's right, all you minties. I am the Uncanny Omar. You are watching Near Mint Condition, the home of collected editions. And it is our monthly budget meeting. That's right. It's time to take a look at all of the graphic novels, collected editions, manga coming out in September. I can't believe it's already September. September of 2025. 5 weeks, because we're sliding in that October 1st in there too with September 30th. So join me. And welcome back, everybody. Now, before going any further, a big thank you to our patrons for making videos like this possible. Could not be doing this without you all. As a matter of fact, that is where you're going to find the written documentation. And our Patreon starts at $1 a month, and there's different tiers to meet your geeky needs. We're also on Spreadshop, where you can get cool t-shirts and hoodies and mugs and stickers of our logo and other designs that we've had. And I'm trying to think of a way to bring back the OmniFans shirt. We may have to do that through Redbubble, so make sure you are tuned into our social media. So, hit that like button. We've got 5 weeks to talk about, I said at the very beginning, because we've not only got the weeks of September, but September 30th and October 1st are on Tuesday and Wednesday, so we're going to go ahead and talk about the books for that first week of October, really September, because most of these books come out at the, I want to say on Tuesday, but, while I am talking about that, we have seen some delays. As a matter of fact, we already know that Ghost Rider Danny Ketch Omnibus Volume 2 slid into October, and as I'm recording this video, I'm sure there's going to be a couple more delays, but hopefully not many more. All right. Let's go ahead and start the 5 weeks. Starting with that first week. From Marvel Comics, we have Daredevil Epic Collection to Dare the Devil. This is collecting Daredevil 155 to 176 and material from Bizarre Adventures 28 and What If number 28. This is Frank Miller's era on the book. Oh my gosh, I can't believe we're actually getting the Frank Miller stuff in now Epic Collection. This will have already read the Epic Collection, and my trades, by the way, are, hopefully will be coming out every Tuesday again, the Marvel trades, but I don't know if I'm getting everything yet. They're still trying to fix things with the printer and then PRH, so I may be doing them like every other week. But this has the ending of Roger McKenzie's run, and then, of course, the beginning of the Frank Miller, purely writing and then drawing, and of course, Klaus Janson doing the inks and finishes. And for the first time collected in Epic format. The book retails for $54.99. Iron Man, Demon in a Bottle is getting a new printing. This will be the third printing of this trade paperback. This is collecting the classic Iron Man 120 and 120, all the way to 128. So we are looking at the Bob Layton, John Romita Jr. era. 176 pages, $24.99. And Marvel Masterworks, Marvel 2-in-1, Volume 8, collecting Marvel 2-in-1, 83 to 93. So, almost there. Damn. So, 272 pages, $75. This is the Tom DeFalco and Ron Wilson era with David Anthony Kraft and Alan Cooperberg. Both covers available the same day. Sam Wilson, Captain America, Better Angels is coming out that very same week, collecting issues 1 through 5 of Sam Wilson, Captain America, the 2025 comics. And this is by Evan Narcisse and Greg Pak. Eder Macias and Valentine De Landro are the artists on the book. 120 pages, $17.99. Spider-Man Deadpool Modern Era Epic Collection Road Trip is coming out that week. This is collecting the Spider-Man Deadpool issues 33 to 50. Robbie Thompson and Matt Horick and Jim Toe are some of the creators, with that cover by Dave Johnson. 416 pages, $49.99. And this is the stuff that happens after the Joe Kelly and Ed McGuinness era. Spectacular Spider-Man Strange Love is coming out. This is Volume 3. And I do believe this, maybe it's got one more volume. This is collecting the Spectacular Spider-Man 11 through 15 by Greg Weisman and Von Randall and Andre Genolt. And this book has 112 pages and retails for $15.99. And I see that cover there by Bagley. Tron Download. This is collecting the script from the Tron original movie adaptation #1, and then it collects Tron, the original movie adaptation, issues 1 and 2, and then Tron Betrayal 1 and 2. It is by Peter David and also John Nitz and Mirko Pierfederecki and Andy Tong are the artist. And the cover there is by Salvador La Roca. $19.99, 200 pages. X Factor by Mark Russell, Volume 2, Know Your Enemy. Collecting X Factor issues 6 through 10. So this is the last of the X Factor issues by Mark Russell. Bob Quinn doing the artwork, 112 pages. $15.99. Ultimate Wolverine by Chris Condon. And this is a Volume 1, Winter Soldier. So you have Alessandro Capuccio doing the art here, coming from Moon Knight. And then this is collecting Ultimate Wolverine 1 through 6. From the world of DC Comics, we kick it off with Aquamanatee. That's right, that's adorable. How could you not want to hug that thing? Look at that, it's cute. Now, let's get more serious, because we're going to be talking about Batman Arkham Asylum. The DC Compact Edition is coming out. This is the classic by Grant Morrison and, of course, Dave McKean, taking Batman to this nightmare at Arkham Asylum. The book is 144 pages, $9.99. Batman White Knight presents Harley Quinn and Generation Joker, the deluxe edition. This is collecting the Generation Joker issues 1 through 6, plus some behind-the-scenes extras. The book has 368 pages and retails for $49.99. DC Finest Batman Red Skies is coming out that week. This is collecting the Secret Origins 6, Batman Annual 10, Batman 386 to 400, and Detective Comics 553 to 567. The book has a total of 656 pages and $39.99. That is, this stuff has never been collected. I don't think, I want to say, okay, just to play it safe, I think like 99% of the stuff in here has never been collected in any kind of format. So, Doug Mensch, Gene Colan, Tom Mandrake, look at those legends. The Hawkman Omnibus by Jeff Johns is coming back to print with the 2025 edition, collecting those first 25 issues of Hawkman, plus the crossover with JSA 56 through 58, and then, of course, the Hawkman Secret Files. This book has 704 pages and retails for $100. You also, of course, have stuff in here from James Robinson. Rags Morales is I want to say he's the primary artist on the book. JSA Volume 1, Infinity Incorporated versus the Justice Society. I had forgotten that Jeff Lemire was writing the series, so it is by him and Diego Olortegui, and this is collecting the first 6 issues, 144 pages, and $24.99, by the way, for the hardcover, $17.99 for the trade paperback, and they'll have the same content, and it is a standard size hardcover. Wonder Woman by John Byrne Omnibus. So collecting Wonder Woman 101 to 136, Wonder Woman Annuals 5 through 6, the Action Comics 600, Stories from Action Comics 600, Adventure Comics 80, Page Giant #1, Adventures of Superman 440, Sergio Aragones Destroys the DC Universe #1, Wonder Woman Secret Files, and Origins #1. The book has a total of 1,016 pages and retails for $100. And this is the stuff that is after the George Perez run and after William Messner Loeb's run, which is not in omnibus format, but is in trade. And then, is it Ed Hannigan? Phil Jimenez's run is after this run in omnibus format, if you're keeping tabs on how to read this in omnibus format. From the world of Image Comics, we are getting Hornsby and Halo, and that is, of course, by my buddy, friend of the channel, Peter Tomasi, and published through Image and by Ghost Machine. Invincible Volume 11 is getting a new printing and a new cover. And then Juvenile is coming out in a trade paperback format. And that is $15.99. And we're also getting the Love Everlasting Volume 3 coming out that very same week. and that is $16.99. We are getting the Pizza Witch, the original graphic novel trade paperback, and this is by Sarah Grayley and Steph Perenins, $16.99. And the Power Fantasy trade paperback volume 2 is coming out that week. And that is something that a lot of my viewers have been talking about. And my wife was trying to find actually some of the single issues and she couldn't find them. So I'm excited to read. I didn't know the first one was out. From the world of Dark Horse Comics, we are getting the Borderlands Moxie's Mysterious Memento coming out that week. As well as, and that, by the way, is by Amy Chu and Mike Norton. Eerie Archives Volume 10, collecting issues 47 through 51 of Eerie Archives, $24.99, 272 pages. Creepy Archives is collecting Creepy Magazine issues 46 through 50, and this is 280 pages, $24.99, and those are trade paperbacks. The Serpent in the Garden, Ed Gray and the Last Battle for England is coming out. Mike Mignola, Ben Stembeck, and Dave Stewart, $24.99. It is a standard size hardcover, collecting the 3-issue miniseries and a bunch of sketches, of course, like Mignola always likes to include. The Art of Marvel Rivals. This one kind of snuck in on us. This is through, well, it is Dark Horse, but it's Dark Horse Direct, I think is how they're doing it. I'm not sure if they're going to do a limited edition slipcase or anything like that, but oh man, the art in here. Wow. Definitely doing an overview of that. I just did an overview of the Marvel Snap. Not sure what, while I'm filming this, I filmed that like 2 weeks ago and it still hasn't gone out. Need to get that out there. From Boom Studios, we are getting the Once Upon a Time at the End of the World. There is a deluxe edition, and then there is the slipcase edition too. And of course, with that being said, there is a price difference because the deluxe edition is $49.99. The limited edition slipcase is $59.99. No, I'm sorry, $69.99. And this is collecting Once Upon a Time at the End of the World 1 through 15. And this is, of course, by Jason Aaron and Alexandre Tefenkni and Leila Del Duca. And those are just some of the creators. 544 pages. From the world of IDW, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Night Watcher is coming out. Kind of looks like Slash there on the cover. And this is collecting the free Comic Book Day issue, plus all 7 issues of Night Watcher. It's by Junie Ba. Love that art. And Pharaoh Pei. And it does include a introduction by the director of the 2007 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, Kevin Monroe. This book has 184 pages, $21.99. And Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the IDW Collection, Volume 18. Man, it's going to be hard to choose 10. Time for a loophole, baby. I don't know what, but maybe I'll do 13 this month. A lot of great books coming out this month. Unless there's delays, of course. This is collecting the Armageddon Game, issues 7 and 8. The Alliance, issue 6, the 2023 annual. Issues 138 to 150, and the Untold Destiny of the Foot Clan miniseries. This book has a total of 552 pages, $59.99, and they did it. They finished it out in this IDW oversized library edition books, and it leads directly into Jason Aaron's series, so it's the Return to New York library edition in case you have that one. From Titan Comics, we're getting some big books. We are getting the Blade Runner 2019, the complete series. Both covers available the same day. And this is the one that I got to announce, as well as I think there was also the 2029 Omnibus that is coming out. That one might become, I want to say it was supposed to be out when I announced in September. It might have slipped into October, though. We will see. We're also getting the Bloodborne hardcover volume 1, The Death of Sleep, the deluxe edition coming out. And keep in mind, Titan is also shifting things over to Lunar, so you may have seen this already. You may have gotten some of these books already because they were through Diamond in previous world, but everything now is officially moving over to Lunar. The Breathtaker Collection hardcover format, for example. I think that one was sold through Diamond. And then the other book I got to announce, the Conan Illustrated, The Tower of the Elephant. And that is a beautiful, beautiful book. And one that I really need to get is the Robotech, The Complete Macross Saga. Trade paperback slipcase set, baby. Woo! I love me some Macross. I love me some Robotech, and I ain't got no shame. I grew up with Robotech. No offense to anybody that grew up with Macross. I think it's great. I like both series. I prefer Robotech. The music, the stories. It was just my childhood. That's what we got in Peru, as this big, long journey of a story that wasn't, you know, like, it was a continuing story. Just like I used to watch Captain Harlock. Oh, man. Anyway. Yeah, and of course, based on 3 different series from Japan. Compiled into one by Carl Masek. And I always said, if we didn't have Robotech, we wouldn't have Tony Oliver's Power Rangers later on. But that's another story. Manga, 100 Girlfriends Who Really Love You. The trade paperback volume 15 is coming out. Of course, the trade paperback is the tankobon. The Arabana volume 1 is coming out from the folks over at Dark Horse Comics. This is by Non. And I just started reading it, so hopefully doing my overview this weekend. It is $14.99. And we're also getting the Blood. Oh, this is another one I just finished. I need to record. The Blood Blockade Battlefront Omnibus Volume 1. So it's a 3-in-1 softcover. It's the same gentleman, Naito, that did the Trigon series. We are getting Blue Box Volume 17. My gosh, they are just pumping those out. Dark Gathering Volume 15 is coming out from the folks at Viz. That one is $11.99. I'm running for Crown Princess. Volume 1 is coming out that very same week. And that is being published by the folks at Seven Seas Entertainment. And the Let's Do It Already Volume 6 is coming out that very same week. And what are they going to do? They better be studying, because it's a Viz book. So, maybe nothing weird is going on in that one. We're also getting the Nana 25th Anniversary Edition Volume 1. Yeah, definitely going to add Top 13 this month, because a lot of great books coming out. And I have been waiting for something like this to be reprinted for a long time. Although they did reprint some of the tankobon. The newest Exorcist Volume 2 is coming out from Viz. And also getting the Painter of the Night Volume 1. That is coming out from Seven Seas Entertainment. One has a very classy look to the finish of the book. Kind of reminds me of like something I would have to read in English class. And we're also getting the Wolf Girl and Black Prince Volume 15 coming out that very same week. That is being published by the folks over at Viz. As well as the Sun Tzu, The Art of War, the Manga edition. Now, from other publishers, by the way, that one is published by Tuttle Publishing. From other publishers, we are getting All Time Low presents Young Renegades coming out that week. And we're getting the Autumn Kingdom Volume 1 through the Blight. As well as the 7 Generations of Plains Cree Saga from Highwater Press. This one is $29 and coming out that first week of September. Bart Simpson's Treehouse of Horror trade paperback, The Heebie-Jeebies, is coming out from Abrams Books. We are getting the Big Nate No Harm Done coming out that very same week. As well as the, that one is published by Andrews McNeil, by the way. The Bread, Wine, and Erotic Tale of New York City coming out in a hardcover format. And the Eat, Sleep, Reap, and Repeat Volume 1 coming out from the folks at Berserker. Your love. Never mind. I'm not going to sing that. Breakland Season 1, The Chase, is coming out that first week of the month. And we're also getting the Five Nights at Freddy's Tales from the Pizzaplex Volume 2, that is being published by Graphics. The Goosebumps Graphics hardcover, Volume 2, Monster Blood, is coming out that week. And, this is one that I completely forgot they were going to do this, but Hero Bear and the Kid, Volume 1, The Inheritance, is coming out from the folks at Papercuts, which of course is now Mad Cave. Mad Cave is publishing those books. Hooky, Volume 1 through 3 is coming out from Harper Alley. And we're also getting the Guardians of Horsa, Volume 6, Wasted Wilderness. And that is, of course, by Rowan Black and Glasshouse Graphics. $11.99. John Carpenter's Night Terrors, Blood of the Taken. And this is being published by Storm King Comics. And this one is $24.99. And that is also coming out that first week of the month. Mask of Halia, Volume 2, Echoes of the Forgotten Past, is coming out in a hardcover format. And that's being published by Clover Press. And we're getting the Masters of British Comic Art coming out in a hardcover format. And the Max Little, Axolotl Volume 1 is coming out that very same week. And the Michael Valiant Legendary Races Volume 3, Disastrous, is coming out from the fine folks at Cinebook. And we're getting the Millie of the Manor coming out in a graphic novel format, so it will be a trade paperback. That's being published by the folks at Harper Lee. And North for the Winter is coming out that very same week from First Second Books. That one is $14.99. And Harper Alley is putting out the Silence Voices Reclaimed Memories that week from Pablo Leon. This is $18.99. It's based on a true story that took place in Langley Park in 2013. And Putin's Fortune is coming out in a hardcover format. As well as Safi, the One-Eyed Cat, coming out that week. And the Super Science hardcover Tula Lotte, the premiere edition, is coming out that week. And Tuck Everlasting is coming out in a trade paperback format from the folks at Farrar, Strauss, and Gros. And Wait is coming out that very same week, and that is coming out in a trade paperback format. Now, if you're interested in purchasing any of the books I've talked about so far, check out our first sponsor, BD Cosmos, the Canadian leader in graphic novels. They have a physical storefront in Montreal, Quebec, and their website, bdcosmos.com, offers 25% off your order of over $99 or more, and free shipping everywhere in Canada for every order of $250 or more.
Their shipping care is exceptional. Your books will stay cozy through the rough Canadian weather and arrive to you in near mint condition.
After checkout, let them know Near Mint Condition sent you their way, and you'll be added to the monthly $25 gift card raffle. Entries are valid for new and returning customers.
Don't be afraid to call or email them. Ask them questions. Their staff is always happy to help guide you towards the right purchase. Visit their website, bdcosmos.com, for more. BD Cosmos, with rewards and raffles taking care of customers in Canada. Eh?
The week of September 9th or 10th, depending on where you get your books from Marvel Comics, we kick it off with Blade, the Red Band edition, Prodigal Son, collecting Blade Red Band 1 through 5. And this is by Brian Hill, who has been writing a lot of the Blade stuff, and CF Villa. This is $17.99, 120 pages. Daredevil Unleashed Hell, the Red Band edition. Wow, this is another one of those really having a lot of these Red Band editions, huh? Unleash Hell, issues 1 through 5, written by Erica Schultz, who's been handling a lot of the Electra Nacho story as Daredevil. And Valentina Pinti, this is 120 pages, $17.99. Magic, Volume 1, Unleashed. No Red Band. Maybe one day, I don't know. This is collecting Magic issues 1 through 5, and that is, of course, the 2025 series. The book has 120 pages, and it's $17.99. Micronauts Epic Collection, the original Marvel years, Home Sweet Home World, collecting the Micronauts issues 21 through 35, annual number 2, and material from Marvel Previews 4 and 7. The book has a total of 464 pages, and retails for $49.99, and now we're looking at the Pat Broderick era. Of course, Still Bill Mantlo writing the stories. The Mighty Thor continuing in omnibus format with Volume 5, collecting Thor 229 to 266, Annuals 5 and 6, Marvel Spotlight 30, and Marvel Premiere number 26. This book has 904 pages, both covers available the same day, and it retails for $125. So Jerry Conway, Len Wein, Big John Buscema, and of course the very, very, very beginning of Walter Simonson. Not writing, but just drawing some issues. From DC Comics, short week for DC. Black Canary, Best of the Best, collecting Black Canary, Best of the Best, 1 through 6. This is by Ryan Sook and Tom King. Woo, you had me at Ryan Sook. Man, I love that dude's artwork, and he doesn't get enough praise or love. 192 pages, $29.99. It is a hardcover, and it looks like it is a standard size hardcover. DC Finest, this one I'm very excited for. Horror, The Devil's Doorway. So we are looking at House of Secrets 81 through 85, House of Mystery. I love that they're putting both together, 180 to 185, The Phantom Stranger number 5, The Witching Hour 3 through 7, and Unexpected 113 to 117. 560 pages of this particular era of horror goodness, and $39.99. Jerry Conway, Marv Wolfman, Alex Toth, and Bernie Wrightson. Look at those names, man. That's sold. That is killer. From the world of DC, just went through DC. From Image Comics, we are getting the Gracie's Ghost coming out in a trade paperback format. And that one is, that one is $12.99. We are getting the Rockefellers, another book from Peter Tomasi. This is through Ghost Machine, Volume 1 coming out. Rogue Sun, continuing more of the Radiant Black universe. I think it's called the Massive Universe. And Scorched, Volume 6 is coming out that very same week. And that is $16.99. As well as the Spectators coming out in a hardcover format. And that one is $29.99. From Dark Horse Comics, EC Archives is coming out, and Two Fisted Tales, Volume 2. This is the trade paperback edition, collecting Two Fisted Tales 24 to 29. The book has a total of 216 pages, $19.99. And we're also getting the EC Archives, The Complete Moon Girl, coming out in a hardcover format, collecting Moon Girl 1 through 8, and other stories of Moon Girl published in other EC titles. 368 pages, $59.99. From Boom Studios, we're getting the Backstagers, The Complete Collection, coming out from James Tynion IV, Sam Johns, and Rian Singh. And this is collecting issues 1 through 8, the Backstagers 2018 Valentine's Intermission, Halloween Intermission, and then the story from Boom Box 2016 Mixtape. 296 pages, $19.99. Berserker, Book 1, Keanu Reeves, Matt Kent, Ron Garney. Believe this is collecting issues 1 through 12. It's the same as the deluxe edition. It's just in trade paperback format. 384 pages, $39.99. And from the world of Titan Comics, we are getting Conan the Barbarian, the original Omnibus, Volume 5, the direct market cover. This is the Big John Buscema cover. Again, this is now being published or distributed through Lunar. The Michael Moorcock Library Elric, The Balance Lost hardcover Volume 2 is coming out that week. As well as the Savage Sword of Conan, the original comics Omnibus Volume 5. This is the direct market Joe Chiodo cover. Animal Crossing kicks off our manga with New Horizons Volume 9. Brilliant Healers, New Life in the Shadows is coming out with a Volume 2 that same week. And that is being published by the folks at JNC Novel Club. And we're getting the Call to ADV, Call to the Advanced Defeating Dungeons with Skill Board Volume 10. That's an awesome title. And that is being published by Seven Seas Entertainment. We're getting the Campfire Cooking in Another World Volume 1, coming out that very same week. as well as the Dance and Vampire Bond Age of Scarlet Order, Volume 15 coming. Golly, for a book I had no idea it was coming out. We're already at Volume 15. It's crazy. Deadpool Samurai is coming out with a Volume 3 that very same week. And we're getting the His Sensual Whisper Voice. Set Me on... Oh, what a title. His Sensual Whispering Voice. Set Me on Fire. And that is a Volume 1 coming out from Steamship. And the Call Me Can't Communicate. We're on 35 volumes of Call Me Can't Communicate. Maybe they need to go to couples counseling. You know, actually, I've seen the manga. It has nothing to do with couples counseling. Anyway, Lost in the Cloud, Volume 1 is coming out that very same week. And that is being published by the folks over at 7 Seas Entertainment. We are getting the Magic Maker Create Magic Another World, Volume 1. Love those titles. Minecraft the Manga, Volume 3 is coming out. As well as Parallel Paradise. And that is a Volume 23 for that particular title. And we are getting the Sanda, Volume 1, coming out that very same week. And Eccentric Doctor of Moonflower Kingdom is coming out that week. And that is a Volume 11. Savos, the light novel, is coming out that very same week. As well as the B-Rank Adventure with Scary Face Becomes a Father, Volume 1 is coming out that very same week. Also getting the Splatoon, Volume 3, Splatlands. Or no, Splatoon 3, Volume 5. And Sword of the Demon Hunter, Kijin Gentosho, Volume 7 is coming out. Sumiki Ogami's Not So Ordinary Life, Volume 2 is coming out that same week. And we're also getting that one, by the way, is published by Viz. And we're also getting the Working for God in a Godless World. Wow, what a dramatic title. And that is a Volume 3 coming out that week. And then Yawn, Volume 2 is coming out from Titan Manga. And TikTok Tina did a overview of the first volume, and it is absolutely stunning. From other publishers, we are getting the Acid Box from Avery Hill Publishing coming out that week. Around the Spider-Verse, the original graphic novel anthology is coming out that very same week. And we are getting the Bone Flip book from Cartoon Books. This will be in a landscape format, it looks like. Calavera Pie trade paperback coming out that very same week. And we're getting the Canon, a hardcover format, coming out. And the Copra, Volume 8, Round 8, Death of Copra, coming out that week. I know that Image has been publishing a lot of those. So I think Michelle Fife is going to take all that over to Image. And hopefully, well, never mind. I will let him come on the channel and tell you all himself what he plans to do with those hardcovers. Dear Jackie is coming out that same week. And we are also, that is a trade paperback. Detective Bean's Adventures in Cat Town coming out that week. And yes, oh yes, Dick Tracy. I got to announce this one from Mad Cave. Dick Tracy, the Deluxe Edition, Volume 1 is coming out. That is a hardcover format. One of my favorite reads this year, and it will probably make it in my top 10 reads of 2025. Dogmatics and the Indomitables hardcover, Volume 4. Hal Foster's Prince Valiant Sketchbook, hardcover Volume 1, and illustrated memoir is coming out that very same week. We are also getting the Happy, coming out in a trade paperback format. I'm sorry, Happy, not Happy. I completely misread that. And that is being published by the fine folks at Living the Line. And that one looks really interesting. That one is $32. And we're getting the Hirschfeld's Sundem in a softcover format. Hot Blood, trade paperback Volume 1, The Land of Promise is coming out that week. The Hulk Teach original graphic novel. It's a Marvel original graphic novel. The Internal Sea Mare Internum original graphic novels coming out that week. The Investigators Case Files Volume 1. And then The Invisible Difference of a Story of Autism Spectrum Disorder, Adulting and Living Life in Full Color. My goodness. What a title. Judge Dredd, One-Eyed Jacks is coming out that very same week. And that is, of course, being published by the folks at Rebellion 2000 AD. And retails for $24. And we are getting the Let Me In Your Window coming out that week. That is being published by Andrews McNeil. It's by Adam Ellis, $29.99. We are getting the Ken Parker, the Signature Edition, Books 1 and 2, being published by Epicenter Comics, $24.99. It says, I want to say this has a very European comic look to it. Let me know if you've read these before. Let's see. It's by Giancarlo Berardi and Ivo Milazzo. So I want to say this has probably been translated to America here by Epicenter Comics. Long Ago and Far Away is coming out in a trade paperback format, as well as Nathan Hale's Hazardous Tales. Hardcover Volume 13, Bone and Berserkers. There's a lot of Berserkers in this catalog, or for the books coming out in September. And Plot Holes is coming out in a trade paperback format. Now, we are getting a new printing of the Rogue Trooper Complete Collection Volume 1 coming out this week, as well as Rogue Trooper Complete Collection Volume 2. That, of course, is being published by the folks over at Rebellion 2000 AD, and they are killing it with these books over there. I already talked about Long Ago. She Speaks the Women of Norse Myths in Their Own Words, hardcover, coming out that very same week. The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde is getting a hardcover format. Paying the Land by Joe Sacco is coming out. This is being published by Metropolitan Books. $22.99 for this book. The Road is coming out in a hardcover format, and it is the adaptation. And I think this one already had a printing. This Slavery is coming out that very same week, and that is being published by the folks at Self-Made Hero. This is by Sophie Rickard, and $23.99. And we're also getting Void of Heroes, the Collected Edition Volume 1, coming out that week. And that is being published by the folks over at Cosmic Times. $22.99. The week of September 16th or 17th from Marvel Comics, we are kicking it off with Generation X Epic Collection Family Business, collecting Generation X 48 to 62, Generation X Annual 99, X-Man number 50, and New Warriors number 5. Now that's the 1999 New Warriors, which was also written by Jay Fairbear. So this is the Jay Fairbear and the Terry Dodson era. Robinson already did his run. Next up will be like the Warren Ellis and the tail end of this series. 488 pages, and it is $54.99. Howard the Duck by Zdarsky and Quinones, and this is collecting Howard the Duck 1 through 5, Howard the Duck 1 through 11, the second series that came out in 2015, The Unbeatable Squirrel Girl, 6 War of the Realms War Scrolls, and Howard the Duck, the 2023 one-shot, which I don't think was collected in the Omnibus format. This book has 496 pages, $44.99. Marvel Archive Edition, the Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars Gallery Edition is coming out this week. So this is collecting all 12 issues, and they're the facsimile editions. So it will have all the ads. I don't think it had letter pages. I just cracked it open just this morning, actually, to see what it looks like. So it's very similar to that Archive Edition that Marvel did with the Black Costume Saga of Spider-Man. This book has 512 pages, and it retails for $125. Marvel Masterworks, The Uncanny X-Men, Volume 17. This is crazy. Like, we're looking... Yeah, the last volume had the stuff I was getting on a monthly series. Now it's the time that I'm getting this stuff, because I had a subscription to X-Men. I still remember getting them, and I would be so pissed when it would come, like, they would fold them, like, almost like a poster, and I'm like, don't do that to my comic mailman or whomever. Time is a thief, man. Like that. I still remember the smell, the feel of ripping the plastic. It's just weird. Anyway, collecting Uncanny X-Men 244 to 255, X-Men Annual 13, and material from Classic X-Men 39 and What the 1 through 5. This book has a total of 432 pages, and it retails for $100. I want to say that's the last before it won't, or maybe Too Much Dracula in October. It's one of the last ones before it goes on hiatus. Hopefully it'll come back. Phoenix, The Death and Rebirth of Jean Grey Omnibus is coming out that week with new X-Men 128, 139 to 141, 146 to 154, Phoenix End Song 1 through 5, Phoenix War Song 1 through 5, Avengers vs. X-Men 0 through 12, Jean Grey 1 through 11, Generations, Phoenix and Jean Grey, Phoenix Resurrection, The Return of Jean Grey 1 through 5, and material from Point 1, number 1. 1,352 pages, $150. Both covers available the same day, by the way. Rogue, The Savage Land. And this is collecting Rogue, The Savage Land 1 through 5. This one has 168 pages, $19.99. Tim Seeley with Zulema Scotto, but also has Jim Lee and Chris Claremont, so I think the solicits are wrong, or they left out probably issues 269, maybe the last page of that, and having it all the way to 274, which is the big war with Zaladane. Ultimates by Denise Camp, All Power to the People. This is a continuation of Denise Camp's run, which was freaking awesome, one of my favorite reads. Ultimates 7 through 12 and Ultimate Universe 1 year in 2024, issue number 1, or rather the one-shot. Batman by Grant Morrison, book 2 is coming out. So we have Tony Daniel, Sandu Flore, and Guy Major working on this particular era, collecting 676 to 683 and 700 of Batman, Batman and Robin 1 through 9, and the DC Universe number 0. So we have a new dynamic duo behind the cowl in that cape of Robin's. Batman Hush, the 20th anniversary Batman Day 2025 special edition direct market cover. Whew, what a mouthful. So collecting Batman 608 to 619, the interlude from Wizard Zero, and the all-new, never-before-seen 5-page story by Jeff Loeb and Jim Lee. So this is just for the direct market. It looks like 376 pages, $49.99. DC Finest, The Spectre, The Wrath of the Spectre is coming out. This is collecting issues of Adventure Comics 431 to 440, Showcase 60, 61, and 64, Spectre 2, 1 through 10, and the Brave and the Bold 72, All-Star Squadrons 27 through 28, Ghost 97 to 99, and Wrath of the Spectre number 4. 656 pages, $39.99. Green Arrow Volume 4, Freshwater Kills, collecting issues 17 through 24 of... I think now Joshua Williamson is off the book and it's just Chris Condon. 168 pages, $17.99. Harley Quinn, Wild at Heart, the DC Compact Comics edition, collecting Harley Quinn 0 through 13. So this is the Amanda Conner and Jamie Palmiotti era. Scooby-Doo! Yes, the Scooby Apocalypse Omnibus! I can't wait to read this! I will be in Germany when this comes out, but that's okay. Dom will have the overview covered. Man, I was hoping I get to do that one. I love this book. Scooby-Doo, collecting issues 1 through 36 of the Keith Giffen, Howard Porter, J.M. DeMatteis era. 920 pages, $125. Image Comics, The Assorted Crisis Events, Volume 1 is coming out that week. I've heard a lot of praise about this one too, and just how different it is, and this one is $19.99, and it will have a direct market cover as well. The Book of Shame, an extra fabulous collection. This is an original graphic novel, and this is a hardcover format, and $14.99. It's by Zach M. Stafford. And we are also getting the, Ice Cream Man, Volume 11. We have only 2. of the deluxe editions. We need more of those. Volume 11, continuing that creepy book. And Spread, the compendium, is coming out that week. I didn't know we were going to be getting the compendium of Spread. That's awesome. And we are also getting the Unnatural Blue Blood coming out that very same week. Now, that one is by, I think it is by Mirka Andorfo. This one is $14.99. From the world of Dark Horse Comics, we're getting Avatar: The Last Airbender Fire and Family Treasury box set coming out that week. And that is $38.97, 240 pages. Just making sure I got what it collects in there. Starfield, the visual compendium, is coming out that very same week, and that one is through Dark Horse Direct. We are also getting the Starlight Library Edition, continuing Mark Millar's work collected in a library edition. This time around, he has teamed up with Goran Parlov, and it is the return of the Duke McQueen. So I don't think I got around to reading this one. I just got it in the mail. This one's 184 pages, $49.99. The EC Archives Two-Fisted Tales Volume 3 is coming out that same week, collecting the Two-Fisted Tales issues 30 through 35. So a lot of work in here from the legendary Wally Wood, Reed Crandall, Carlos Badilla, Jack Davis, Harvey Kurtzman. This one actually has a forward by Joe Kubert. 216 pages, $19.99. From Boom Studios, we're getting Clive Barker's The Next Testament, the complete collection coming out that week. And this is collecting Clive Barker's Next Testament 1 through 12. This book has a total of 304 pages and retails for $19.99. Something is Killing the Children is coming out in an omnibus format, collecting the first 20 issues. This is 512 pages, $49.99. I'm curious if it will contain the covers, because the deluxe editions don't, because they have their own separate, I think, for variants and all that. I think there's a Something is Killing the Children art book, if I'm not mistaken. Please correct me if I'm wrong. From the world of IDW, we are getting the Psychic Investigators, Evil Exterminators from KT Healy. $14.99 for that book. Star Trek Lower Decks, Volume 1, Second Contact from Ryan North and Derek Charm and Jack Lawrence. This is collecting issues 1 through 6 of the new ongoing series. And that one is $19.99. Screwing Sinatra by P. Moss. This is a novel by P. Moss. This is 192 pages, $15.99. Godzilla, the Monster Comic Art Collection. Oh, this looks killer. So this is an oversized 8x12 hardcover, collects art from 20 of IDW's comic series. Not just Godzilla as the only kaiju, but there's also King Ghidorah, Gigan, Batra, Mothra, Space Godzilla. So it's full of kaiju. And from the world of manga, we are getting After God, Volume 6, coming out that week. And that is being published by the folks at Viz. A Suitable Fetish is coming out that week by Shin Kawamaru. And this is by Steamship, $14.99. We're getting Gannibal Volume 5, and that's being published by the folks over at Blaze Studios. This particular book is $12.99. Continuing the Dracula Midnight Children, this is a Volume 5, $27. So it's Dracula, hashtag Dracula. And this is by Shinichi Sakamoto. And of course, based on Bram Stoker's Dracula. GG, Life is a Video Game is coming out from Blaze Publishing. That is a Volume 1. And Infinity Force Volume 4 is coming out that same week. As well as the Mobile Suit Gundam Thunderbolt Volume 24. Man, the classic stuff, the Origin, just brought back a lot of memories of enjoying those manga. And I'm like 12 volumes behind on Thunderbolt. Rebel Hero is coming out in America, and that is a Volume 1. And that is being published by the folks at Ghost Ship. And we are also getting the Reincarnated as a Sword, Volume 15, but it's not the only reincarnation we're getting, because we're also getting Reincarnated as a Dragon Hatchling, Volume 8. We are getting the Saint Seiya. This is a new Saint Seiya series, I think. Yeah. Saint Seiya Dark Wing is coming out with a Volume 1. Spider-Man Shadow Warrior, the original manga, is coming out. And there's no freaking way He'll Be My Lover coming out that week. That is a Volume 7 from Seven Seas Entertainment. We are getting Trillion Game Volume 7 from the folks at Viz. The Undead Unluck Volume 7, or 21, my gosh. Dude's back. And Witch Hat Atelier box set Volume 1 coming out that week. One of my most wanted or anticipated releases for sure. And that one will probably, more than likely, make it on my list of the upcoming collected editions I'm looking forward to the most. And that video comes out Sunday. From other publishers, we are getting Apocrypha, and this is Metal Baby coming out. The Legend of Metal Baby at that. Archaic is coming out from the folks at Ahoy Comics, $17.99. The Box Tales Grow Strawberries Grow is coming out that very same week, as well as the Buff Soul coming out in a hardcover format. The Dark Pyramid is coming out in a trade paperback format, and we're also getting the Death in Trustee, and that is a hardcover format. And the Disney Masters, the collector's hardcover box set, that one's coming out from the folks at Fanic Graphics. And we're also getting the Do Admit hardcover, The Mitford Sisters and Me. The Dungeon Crawlers Academy Volume 2, Into the Portal, is coming back out. That one is $13.99, and that is by Seven Seas Entertainment. Fantagraphics Underground Laser Eye Surgery is coming out, and that is being released as a trade paperback format. We're getting the Ghost of Wrecker's Cove in a hardcover format. The Hilarious House of Frightenstein Volume 1, the Brucey Size Digest, is coming out that very same week. The Hobbit graphic novel, the revised and expanded edition, is coming out that week, and that is being published by the folks at William Morrow. And we are also getting the Lucas Wars coming out that week. And that is being published by the folks at 23rd Street. I'm sorry, I love that cover. That is an awesome cover. This is by Laurent Hauptmann and Renaud Rocher. It's a tale befitting the saga that he created. Lucas Wars follows George Lucas' journey from aimless dreamer to filmmaking trailblazer. Oh, so it is a story behind the stories. Got it. And we are also getting the Marble Art of Michael Turner. This is coming out from our friends at Clover Press. Mort Walker's Beetle Bailey hardcover, 75 Years of Smiles, is coming out that very same week. As well as the My Gorilla Family coming out that week. We are getting the Over Easy trade paperback coming out that very same week, as well as the Paisley and Peck graphic novel volume 1, Jurassic Farm. Rick and Morty yearbook trade paperback is coming out that week, and that is volume 1 from the folks at Uni Press. And Silver Age Secret Mysteries 10 Suspense Softie. Again, these are the softcover versions of these books from PS Art Books, and that is a volume 1. Spooky Lakes coloring book is coming out that very same week, as well as Who Killed Nessie, the Mystery of Loch Ness Monster. That one is $19.99 from the folks at Avery Hill Publishing. My Perfectly Imperfect Body is coming out in a trade paperback format, and that is by Debbie Tung and published by Andrews McNeil. $18.99. Now, if you're interested in purchasing any of the books I've talked about so far and you live in the EU, check out our next sponsor.
If you're in Europe and you're interested in buying these books, definitely check out Walt's Comic Shop in Berlin, Germany. They have the cheapest pre-order prices, flat shipping rate of €12 for all EU countries, emails answered within 24 hours, waltzcomicshop.com, and you can use the code near mint condition at checkout and get free shipping for all EU countries with your first order over €40. That's Waltz Comic Shop, your reliable source for omnis and premium collected editions in Europe. Ding!
September 23rd or 24th, depending on where you get your books. From Marvel Comics, we are kicking it off with the Amazing Spider-Man Modern Era Epic Collection. Big time. Collecting issues of Amazing Spider-Man 648, the A story, 649 to 662, 654.1. The book has a total of 512 pages and retails for $54.99. Cable, Love and Chrome. My boy Cable is in love. This is by David Pepose. That cover, though, is by Ian Churchill. Mike Henderson is the artist on the book, and this is collecting Love and Chrome issues 1 through 5. The book has a total of 168 pages, retails for $19.99. Doctor Strange by Jed MacKay Omnibus. This is collecting spoilers, because, well, some of these book titles are a bit of a spoiler, but The Death of Doctor Strange 1 through 5, Death of Doctor Strange Spider-Man, Strange 1 through 10, and Doctor Strange 1 through 18. The book has a total of 864 pages and retails for $100. Next up is Guardians of the Galaxy Epic Collection Homecoming. In here, we're going to find Guardians of the Galaxy, the 1990 series, issues 7 through 20, Guardians of the Galaxy Annual Number 1, material from Fantastic Four Annual 24, Thor Annual 16, and Silver Surfer Annual Number 4. So continuing the Jim Valentino era, Al Milgrom, who else is in here? Ron Mars, and I think Ron Lim. There might be actually some Herb Trimpe. No, that might be in the next volume. Jeff Loeb and Tim Sell's Hulk Gray is being collected in a trade paperback, collecting all 6 issues of Hulk Gray. The book has a total of 168 pages and retails for $19.99. Tomb of Dracula, back in print. This is the 3rd time this book has been printed. We need 2 and 3. Oh, please, oh, please. And the second one made it in our top most wanted Marvel Omni reprints. So hopefully we will get those reprint lists back soon. Tomb of Dracula 1 through 31, Werewolf by Night number 15, Giant Size Chillers number 1, and Giant Size Dracula 2 through 4. The book does have a parental advisory, but I mean, it's old school stuff. Speaking of old school, man, there's some great stuff in here by Gene Colan and, of course, Marv Wolfman. Both covers, one by Gene Colan and the other one by Neil Adams, will be available the same day. 784 pages, $100. Ultimate Spider-Man by Jonathan Hickman, Volume 3, Family Business, collecting issues 13 through 18 of the very first Ultimate title, right? This of the new universe, of course. And this has 160 pages, $19.99. X-Men Age of Apocalypse Volume 3, Omega, is coming back to print. This is collecting Weapon X 3 through 4, Generation X 3 through 4, Gambit and the Externals 3 and 4, Astonishing X-Men 4, X-Man 4, Excalibur 4, Factor X 4, Amazing X-Men 4, X-Universe 2, X-Men Omega, and Age of Apocalypse The Chosen. The book has 400 pages and retails for $44.99. And yes, I am surprised, as you are, that they did not make this into a Epic Collection. DC Comics Challengers of the Unknown by Cantwell and Izakse. Oh, I do love me some Cantwell. So this is a collection of the new miniseries, and this is $17.99, 136 pages. JLA, the Earth 2 Deluxe Edition, Grant Morrison, Frank Quitely's 3-issue miniseries is being collected and reprinted, rather, in a deluxe format, 144 pages, $29.99. Metamorpho, the Element Man by Al Ewing and Steve Lieber, collecting the Metamorpho, the Element Man, 1 through 6. The book has a total of 136 pages, retails for $17.99. Supergirl Universe Ends. This is by Mariko Tamaki and Skylar Patridge. And this is collecting Action Comics 1070 to 1081 and the Supergirl Special number 1. The book has a total of 176 pages and retails for $19.99. The Flash by Joshua Williamson, Omnibus Volume 2. collecting Batman 64 and 65, The Flash 36 to 69, and Flash Annual number 2. We'll need one more to wrap up Joshua Williamson's era on The Flash. This book has a total of 968 pages and retails for $125. From the world of Image Comics, we're getting Codename G.I. Joe Deluxe Book 2. That was a quick turnaround between both of these deluxe editions. I feel like Volume 1 just came out. Well, then again, this is a collection of miniseries. This one is collecting Scarlet 1 through 5 and Destro 1 through 5. And the book is $49.99. Both covers available the same day. G.I. Joe, Real American Hero, the trade paperback Silent Missions is coming out. And this one will also have a direct market cover and a standard edition cover. And this is collecting G.I. Joe, Real American Hero number 21, which is the classic Nuff Set issue. The Real American Hero Beachhead, Jinx, Spirit, Roadblock, and Duke number 1. So $16.99. These are all classic stories. And Monstrous is getting a compendium in a volume 1 coming out that same week. From Dark Horse Comics, we are getting Barstow, and this is by Rebecca McKendry and David McKendry and Tyler Jenkins. Issues 1 through 4 will be collected in this trade paperback, $19.99, 144 pages. Beast of the Four Nations, Creatures from Avatar, The Last Airbender, and The Legend of Korra. This is all the creatures in a big, beautiful art book from Dark Horse Comics, 128 pages, $39.99. Plants vs. Zombies, Volume 24, The Big Spitball. Paul Tobin and Luisa Russo are the creators behind this. This is a hardcover for $12.99. And Riptide by Alex Fade, and this is a paperback for $24.99, and it has 224 pages. The Art of the Fantastic Four is coming out in a hardcover format, and this has 200 pages, $59.99, and there's an introduction by Ryan North. This is by Stan Lee, of course, and illustrations by Jack Kirby. It is a 10 by 14 hardcover, and it is a collection of the iconic covers and original art from Jack Kirby. From the world of IDW, we're getting More Right, a Salem story coming out. I love that cover. That is by Ben Wicki, and that one is $39.99, 532 pages. This is 8.5 by 10. So it might be a bigger format book. Monster High, New Scaremester, Volume 2 is coming out, collecting issues 5 through 7, and the Halloween Special, and the Holiday Hunt one-shots. This book has a total of 160 pages and retails for $18.99. Batman and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Adventures. This is the cartoons that were not included in the Omnibus. So keep that in mind. This is a new pocket-sized edition of the 2017 miniseries. And it does collect the Batman Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Adventures. So it's a crossover between the cartoon versions of these characters, and it is awesome. Dynamite coming with Karma hardcover volume 2. Not for the faint of heart, definitely for mature audiences, which I know some of my viewers, that's the way they like them. Caesar's Spy is kicking off the Titan comics for the week of the 23rd and 24th of September. This Enchantment hardcover, this is the slipcase edition of the first 3 volumes. Never Been Deader hardcover, Lifeless Carl and the Not So Sweet Embrace of Death is coming out in a hardcover format. Oh, I already said that, that's redundant. Savage Sword of Conan, the original comics Omnibus Volume 6 is coming out, and it does contain the same content as the original Marvel Omnibus Volume 6. Both covers available the same day. System Preference hardcover is coming out that very same week, as well as the Michael Moorcock Library, the Multiverse. Oh, they already have enough for a freaking slipcase? Wow, that's crazy. Moving on to the world of manga, Akira is coming out in single volume hardcover collections. This is, of course, from Kodansha, who's the license holder of Akira. And this one is $34.99. Alya Sometimes Hides Her Feelings in Russian. That is an adorable title, and I'm sorry that she does, from the folks over at Yen Press. Adam, The Beginning, from the folks at Titan Manga, Volume 12. I really thought there were going to be 12 volumes. Apparently there are 20 freaking 2 volumes of this. I had no idea. I love a good retelling And this is, of course, a retelling of Astro Boy, just done in a modern style and changing a lot of things and taking a lot of liberties. Next up is the Cat's Eye Omnibus. I am so excited about this. This has been released before. Was it Comics 1, I want to say? But this is now Kana Books. They're releasing this, and I'm super excited. They are it is the manga. It's Abrams Books, but it's their manga line is what Kana Books are. And this one here has a total of 602 pages. $29.99. I cannot wait for this book. This is by Tsukasa Hojo, and one that has been a long time coming. Probably will make it on my... oh man, which one? That or City Hunter? Oh, both are good. Centaurs Volume 5 and Volume 6 are coming out the same day. And yes, City Hunter is also coming out. That I can't believe they're releasing both of them in an omnibus format the same day. This is the classic. This is another one that has been I don't think it collected all of it though. This is by Tsukasa Hojo, and this one has 582 pages and retails for $29.99. Jackie Chan even made a movie about this. The Dark History of the Reincarnated Villainess, Volume 13, is coming out that very same week, and that is being published by the folks at Yen Press. We're also getting Days with My Stepsister Volume 4 coming out that week, as well as Fist of the North Star Volume 18. I want to say that might be the last volume. This is the Tatsuhara. And let's see here. Get ready for the bone-crushing, face-smashing finale of Fist of the North Star. $25. I cannot believe we made it. Now we need more. We need more of the other stuff from that particular world. How do we relationship? Volume 13. That is a good question. How do we relationship? And we're also getting the I Don't Know How to Love. Wow. That and How Do We Relationship really belong together like as a set. They should be sold as a set. I'm a genius. And we're getting the Immortal Rages Omnibus Volume 3 from Ablaze Publishing. And that one is $19.99. It's by Onibiga and Juder. Continuing the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, we are getting JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Volume 7, man. Steel Ball Run Hardcover Volume 3. So it's JoJo's Bizarre Adventure 7, Volume 3. These are $25. And continuing the JoJo Adventures. My Beloved Supper is coming out from Yen Press, and that one is $15. And we're also getting the Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint coming out that very same week from the folks at Ise Press. Osan Newbie Adventurer Volume 1 is coming out that very same week, and that's being published by One Piece Books. Ise Press is also releasing My Secretly Hot Husband. This one is by Jungyeon and Harada, and this one retails for $20. Petals of Reincarnation Omnibus Volume 2 is coming out from the folks at Ablaze. And there is going to be a restock of Volume 1, by the way, in case you missed out on it. But this one, both of them are $19.99. Rock is a Lady's Modesty Volume 1 is coming out that very same week. I love that title. I love a lot of the manga titles. And that one is being published by Yen Press. We're getting To Sir Without Love, I'm Divorcing You. Oh, that's sad. What a sad, misguiding title. That one is being published by the folks at Yen Press. We are getting the Vampires Volume 7 coming out that same week. And that is being published by the folks at Dempa Books. We are getting Vampire Hunter D Omnibus Book 9. That is being published by the folks at Dark Horse Comics. And What Do You Call Trash is coming out that same week. And that's being published by Yen Press. As well as Marriage of Convenience coming out that week. And that is being published by the folks over at Ise Press. And to wrap up the manga for that week, well, I don't go over every single manga, but some of the ones I'm interested in or some of the ones that my audience have told me about. This is Toge Oni, Primal Gods Ancient Times. This is being published by Yen Press. It's by Kenji Tsurubuchi, and this one is $15. From other publishers, we're getting All the Fighting Parts. That is coming out in a softcover format. And we are also getting All the People I Have Been. That is a hardcover from Ablaze Publishing. Alley Oop and the Mad Mod Mechanical Man graphic novel is coming out again from Acoustic Learning, and this one will be on landscape format, as well as the Alley Oop in Ancient China graphic novel. All of these, by the way, are going to be a softcover format. This one is $27.50. And Alley Oop in the Land of No Return. That one is $19.99. Astrobots Volume 1 is coming out that very same week in a trade paperback format. Champion of the Sky Realms Volume 2, The Sky Realm Chronicles. Crow King Volume 1 is coming out that week, as well as The Dark Empty God coming out that week. We're also getting the Fault Lines graphic novel coming out that week. And that one is being published by the folks at Ablaze. We are getting the Flip book. That is a hardcover format. And that one is being published by the folks at First Second Books. We are getting the Folk Remedy graphic novel, book 1. And Folk Remedy. Man, you ever go to any of the flea markets here in Kentucky? That's all most of the folks around here sell. But anyway, that one is by Andrews McNeil, $14.99. The Gold Digger Remastered Edition is coming out from Antarctic Press. And man, this brings back memories of not having manga here. This is, of course, it is Fred Perry doing the writing and the art, $59.99. And I had no idea they were still putting those out, honestly. Guardians of the Dream Dark hardcover volume 1, the Wind Witch Collector's Edition, and the softcover are coming out the same day. We are also getting the Hello Sunshine from Little Brown Ink. That one is $18.99. And we are getting the Home trade paperback volume 4 from Lev Gleason and New Friday. This one is $16.99. Hooves of Death volume 1 is coming out that week. That's cute. And then we're also getting the Human Fly trade paperback volume 1, the Terror Tour. This is from IPI Comics, $19.99. Kid Maroon is coming out that very same week. And we are also getting the Knights of the Dinner Table hardcover, the Codex of Many Tales. Lion Cosmic volume 1 is coming out that very same week. And we are also getting the Little Visitor and Other Abductions hardcover format. And we are getting the Mantis Files from Silverline Comics. This one is $17.99. And Medusa and Perseus is coming out in a hardcover format. As well as the Pavel's Mask is coming out in a hardcover format. And that's being published by the folks at Black Panel Press. Popeye, Man Overboard is coming out, and that one is being published by the folks at Ablaze Publishing. I love that cover. We are also getting the Pushing Buttons Futuristic Workplace Kershuffle hardcover. That's being published by the folks at Black Panel Press. PS Art Books is giving us the PS Art Books Police Comics Softie Volume 2 coming out that very same week. It is interesting to see these books come out while we're getting like the DC Finest stuff. So I wonder how much of that will be collected in there. Rebel Adele in Land of Unwritten Tales is coming out in a hardcover format. The Radio Storm Volume 2 is coming out from Easy Press. And we're also getting the Retroverse trade paperback coming out that very same week. That's being published by the folks at Ablaze Publishing. And Rise of the Gems Volume 1 is coming out from Roaring Brook Press, as well as Roderick and the City of Moorhill. That's being published by the folks at Ablaze Publishing. And we're also getting the Sergio Leone trade paperback, The Revolution of the Western. Sesame Street, The Amazing Mumfords card trick hardcover. And Shadow Planet coming out that same week. And that, I want to say that one was supposed to be out last month, but I think there was some delay, so it's still, well, as far as I know, it is still coming out this week. Silver Age Classics, Secret Mysteries hardcover volume 1, and the Silver Age Classics Space Adventures hardcover volume 10. And we're getting Sliced. That's coming out in a trade paperback format. And the Savage volume 2. This is the Deaths. This is being published by the folks at 10 Ton Press. This one is $20. Sludge 60th Anniversary hardcover edition is coming out from the folks at Rebellion 2000 AD. And we are also getting the Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. This will be published by the folks at Magnetic Press. And to wrap up that week is the Zits Treasury trade paperback movie night complete 2023 collection. This one is $22.99. September 30th, October 1st, Carnage Modern Era Epic Collection. Carnage USA is what kicks off the Marvel Comics. This is collecting Carnage 1 through 5, Carnage USA 1 through 5, Minimum Carnage Alpha number 1, Scarlet Spider 10 and 11, Venom 26 through 27, Minimum Carnage Omega number 1, and Superior Carnage 1 through 5. This book has a total of 472 pages and retails for $54.99. And Ghost Rider Epic Collection Death Race is coming out. I think this is the second volume, if I'm not mistaken, of the classic Johnny Blaze era. So we're looking at the Roger McKenzie and Michael Fleischer, Don Perlin, Carmine Infantino, and then actually Bob Budiansky doing a lot of the covers here. 472 pages, $54.99. Godzilla versus the Marvel Universe. This is collecting Godzilla versus the Fantastic Four. And so it goes through like different eras. It goes through the classic, vintage, black costume era, the Mutant Genesis era of X-Men, the New Avengers era, and the modern era. So we kick it off with the Fantastic Four, the Hulk, and then versus Spider-Man, versus the X-Men, versus the Avengers, and versus Thor. All through different eras fighting the Big Green. Now, I'm not talking about the Hulk. 168 pages, $19.99. Immortal Thor Volume 5, Death of the Immortal Thor. This book collects issues 21 through 26, 136 pages, $17.99. Marvel Masterworks, The Man-Thing Volume 2. So I was wrong about that X-Men book being the last Masterworks. So I think it's Tomb of Dracula. For now, until it goes on hiatus. Man-Thing 2 through 14, Giant Size Man-Thing 1 and 2, and material for Monsters Unleashed 5, 8, and 9. 360 pages, $75. Predator versus Spider-Man. I got this in and I could not wait to read it, so I started reading it. Oh man, these are so fun. This is collecting Predator versus Spider-Man 1 through 4, Benjamin Percy, Marcelo Ferreira. And this is 112 pages, $15.99. Spider-Man Noir, Hard-Boiled Origins is coming out. This is collecting Spider-Man Noir 1 through 4, Spider-Man Noir Eyes Without a Face 1 through 4, Edge of the Spider-Verse number 1, Spider-Geddon, Spider-Man Noir video comic, and then material from Spider-Verse Team Up 2014. This book has a total of 264 pages, $34.99. And here we go. X-Men Age of Krakoa Dawn of X Omnibus. Collecting X-Men 1 through 7, X-Force 1 through 8, Marauders 1 through 8, Excalibur 1 through 8, Fallen Angels 1 through 6, New Mutants 1 through 7, Wolverine 2 and 3, Giant Size X-Men, Jean Grey, and Emma Frost, material from Wolverine number 1. This book has a total of 1,400 pages, $150, and it is the beginning of the Krakoa era. This is the stuff that happens immediately after House and Powers of X, which is coming back to print in November as a hardcover, but this is all the ongoing series. So hopefully by now, if you're watching this as a reminder of the last week, you've already seen the overview of it. But yeah, I haven't got it yet as of today, but we will see. This is one of the things I'm going to do. I'm going to open it up and then I'll probably make a short and tell you all what the reading order is. X-Men Blue and Gold, Mutant Genesis Omnibus. This is collecting Adjectiveless X-Men, Uncanny Omar Talk Pretty One Day, 1 through 16. Annual number 1, Uncanny X-Men 281 to 297. Annual number 16, Ghost Rider 26 through 27. X-Factor 84 through 86. X-Force 16 through 18. and Strive Strike File number 1. And material from X Factor Annual number 7, X-Force Annual number 1, material from Marvel Comics Presents 89, and X-Men Odd Men Out, which I find so odd. But hey, 1,360 pages, $150. Both covers available the same day. From the world of DC Comics, we're getting Blue Beetle, Jaime Reyes, Book 3. I do believe this is the last part of the story that wraps up Blue Beetle, ending with issue 36. So it's 26 through 36, plus the crossover with Booster Gold 29, or 21 through 29. This is by Leela Sturgis, Raphael Albuquerque, Norm Ratman, and this one is $29.99, 352 pages. Brave and the Bold, Volume 3, Demons and Dragons, is getting a new edition in trade paperback format, collecting this classic Mark Waid, Scott Collins, Jim Aparo, and Jerry Ordway series. Two-Face, Trial and Separation by Christian Ward and Fabio Veras. And this is collecting Two-Face 1 through 6. The same gentleman that did Batman City of Madness, Christian Ward. I'm actually going to be hanging out with Christian in Berlin at Walt's Comic Shop on September 20th. If you're watching this later, I've already hung out with Christian. Hopefully, he got a good impression of me. If not, sorry. It was the German beer. Anyway, so this one is $17.99. Has a total of 144 pages. And Nubia, Too Real, is coming out in a graphic novel format, trade paperback from DC Comics. From Image Comics, we are getting G.I. Joe, Real American Hero. This is when the next compendium is coming out. And both covers will be available the same day. And we are getting, by the way, that's the second compendium. Hyde Street, Volume 1. It's from Jeff Johns and Ivan Hayes. And this is collecting the first 6 issues of Hyde Street. And again, this is a Ghost Machine production, but being published by the folks at Image Comics. We're also getting the King Spawn Origins hardcover Volume 1. So that's awesome that we're getting those now in a hardcover format. Because we've had the Spawn Origins for a while. Some need to be reprinted. Knights vs. Samurai Volume 1 is coming out that very same week. And that one is $14.99. Now, we are getting the Behemoth from Dark Horse Comics. And this is by Grant Spatore and Jay Martin. And this is collecting Behemoth issues 1 through 4. 112 pages, $19.99. Ripperland from Steve Orlando and John Harris Dunning. This is collecting Ripperland 1 through 4. 136 pages, $19.99. Stranger Things! This is... And wait, hold on. Stranger Things and Dungeons & Dragons. The Rise of Hellfire. This is collecting the 4-issue miniseries by Jody Hauser and Eric Campbell and Diego Galindo. $19.99, 104 pages. The World of Black Hammer Omnibus Volume 5 is coming out in a paperback format. And this is collecting Black Hammer Visions 1 through 4. Or no, I'm sorry, 1 through 8. This one has a total of 248 pages, $29.99. We're also getting the fantastic art of Roy G. Krinkle coming out that very same day. From the world of Boom Studios, we're getting Lumberjanes, Book 1. The standard size hardcover and the trade paperback will be out that very same day. Hardcover $29.99, trade paperback $19.99. This is collecting issues 1 through 12, so it's redoing. If you have the old trade paperbacks, this is redoing them. And this is the one that was kickstarted, and hopefully they will continue on with them. I think there's one coming out every month. And 336 pages, and brought to you from Boom Studios. My daughter loves that book. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Darkest Hour, the deluxe edition, is coming out that day. And this is another one of the big deluxe editions. This is collecting Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 111 to 122, Unlimited, the Morphin Masters number 1, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Darkest Hour number 1, and then an exclusive new short story, Between a Rocky and a Hard Place. And that one is written by Dave Wilgos, and Estra Cristobal is the artist. This is by Melissa Flores, Simon Diangione Feliz, and Marco Rena. 480 pages, $75. Now, From the world of IDW, we are getting Sonic the Hedgehog coming out on the go, Volume 1 by Ian Flim, containing the first 12 issues from Volumes 1 through 3, Fallout, The Fate of Dr. Eggman, and the Battle for Angel Island of the Sonic the Hedgehog series. 288 pages, $13.99. And then we're also... Oh, by the way, this is a smaller size book. It's a digest size book. Star Trek Volume 5, When the Walls Fell by Colin Kelly and Jackson Lansing. Two of my most modern favorite creators. Collecting issues 25 through 30 of Star Trek. And Star Trek Voyager Omnibus. This is collecting... Let's see. Oh, no. Hold on a second. Why is it saying... Okay. Seven's Reckoning, Mirrors and Smoke, and then Wildman Maneuver and The Swift Spoke. Those are what's collected in here. 152 pages and $15.99. Dynamite is giving us the Vampirella Archives Volume 4. I didn't know the first 3 were out. That's right, they went through the whole thing with Diamond, so it's been a bit of a mess. Wizard of Oz, the official film adaptation, is coming out from them, and that is being done in a hardcover format. We're also getting from Titan Comics Kraken, the trade paperback edition, and there's a regular edition by David Hartman. There's also the Kraken direct market edition, and that one is done by none other than Mike Mignola. And I think this one was supposed to come out earlier in the year, too. But this is, let's see, who's Shannon, Eric Denton, and David Hartman are the creators of the book. And it's a supernatural story. Next up is Manga. Director Akasaka's Princely Training Course is coming out that week. And that is being published by the folks at Kuma. We're also getting the Dinosaur Sanctuary. Oh yeah, Dinosaur Sanctuary Volume 7. Big fan of that. I love that slice of life, and you throw a bunch of dinosaurs in. Just reminds me of my childhood, or what I wish my childhood was like. Gantz Omnibus coming out that week, and that is the Gantz G Omnibus from the folks over at Dark Horse Comics. It is a follow-up to the Gantz series, and this is by Oku Hiroya and Tomohito Osaki. $29.99, and it collects Gantz volumes 1 through 3. I'm hoping one day we'll get a Gantz in a hardcover format. Gran Familia Volume 1 is coming out that week, and we're also getting the I'll Never Be Your Crown Princess Betrothed Volume 3 coming out that week. Ero Ninja Scrolls Volume 9 is coming out that week. I thought that was my shoulda knewy. I should have known better, Ghost Ship. Yeah, you got me, Ghost Ship. It's those covers, man. You know your target audience. This guy. Makina-san's A Love Robot is coming out that week. And then we're also getting the Precarious Woman, Miss Black General, coming out that very same week. And we are getting the Night of the Living Cat Volume 6. That is a awesome yet creepy cover by Makoto Fukami and Seigo Tokiya. This one's $13.99. And this one is published by Seven Seas Entertainment. Prey and Other Works, Art of Norasuko is coming out that week. As well as The Winter Wolf Volume 1 coming out that very same week. And that is being published by the folks at Steamship. And Young Ladies Don't Play Fighting Games Volume 8 is coming. I love that look on her face. Of course, young ladies play fighting games. I've known many ladies that play fighting games. Weakest Tamer Began a Journey to Pick Up Trash Volume 7 is coming out from Seven Seas Entertainment. $13.99. From other publishers, we're getting the Atlas Comics Library Volume 6. Shiver As You Read coming out. That, of course, is being published by the folks at Fantagraphics. Bad Boy Graphic Memoir is coming out that very same week. And we're also getting the Casagrandes hardcover Volume 7, Sweet Skates. The Complete Megaton Man Universe trade paperback Volume 1, the 1980s, is coming out. I think there was a this might have been the Kickstarter that they did. Crushed Depth is coming out that very same week. And we are also getting the Amazonia, sorry about that, Volume 4. That is being published by the folks at Cinebook, $11.95. DC art of Jorge Jimenez, hardcover, and the exclusive direct market version are both coming out that week. The Dungeons & Dragons Dungeon Club softcover Volume 3 Final Face-Off is coming out. And we're getting some classics. Golden Age classics, Black Terror, hardcover, and a softcover, both coming out the same day. Hardcover Volume 3 and the Softie Volume 3. Halloween Man is coming out that very same week. And that is being published by the folks at Red 5. And we are also getting Harvey Blackcat Comics, hardcover Volume 1. And there's a slipcase edition by PS Art Books. And we're getting the Heartbreak Hotel coming out in a trade paperback, as well as the History of World War II in a hardcover format. That is being published by the folks at Abrams Comics Art. We are getting the Horrors New Wave 15 Years of Blumhouse hardcover from Simon & Schuster. And I, Nina is coming out in a graphic novel format being published by Uncivilized Books. This is by Danielle Kimelsky, and this one is $34.99 and done in a landscape format. John Carpenter's Tales for a Halloween Night, Volume 11 is coming out, being published by the folks at Storm King Comics. And we are getting the Many Misfortunes of Eugenia Wang, published by Athenaeum Books for Young Readers. $14.99. It's a cute cover. My Dad Fights Demons softcover is coming out that same week. It's an awesome title, by the way. My favorite thing is Monsters. Fantagraphics is putting book 1 and 2 into a slipcase edition in case you've never read them. My wife loves those books. Nathan Hale's Hazardous Tales Bigger, Raid of No Return is coming out that very same week. And that is being published by Abrams Fanfare. And we are also getting the On Starlit Shores coming out that very same week. And Pre-Code Classics, The Ghost Rider Volume 4 is coming out that very same week. And this is, of course, the character that later on Marvel, I think, renamed the Phantom Rider. But in here, you're going to find some work from Dick Ayers and Frank Frazetta, collecting issues 11 through 38. So November of 1949 to November of 1953. These are $52.99. And we are getting the PS Art Books Black Hawk Softie, Volume 18 coming out, as well as the PS Art Books Plastic Man Softie, Volume 8 coming out that week. And Queen's Favorite Witch, Volume 3, Charm of Magpies is coming out that very same week, as well as the Silver Age Classics, Mysterious Traveler Softie, Volume 3. Quested from Massive is coming out with a Volume 2. The Spawn of Venus and Other Stories is coming out in a hardcover format. And we're getting the Human Fly Terror Tour trade paperback coming out that very same week, as well as the Art of Ultraman, or Ultraman Art Book hardcover Volume 1 coming out that week. Oh, Harper Alley is printing the Aaron Hunter, Natalie Rees, Sarah Goder Warrior Cats. This is the Warriors Volume 3, Prophecies Began. Oh man, Lydia used to eat these up. Like, I couldn't keep up with the books because she was like, I would get her a box set and she would be done by, like, that week. And I'd have to go and get her another one and we'd check them out at the library. And it just, man, she absorbed those books. Now she just recently took them out of her room. But that's okay. That's okay. Because in their place went in some Transformer comics, some Chainsaw Man. Yeah. It just, I don't know. Just getting a little bit nostalgic in my old age. What else? Sorry. The Walt Disney's Donald Duck hardcover volume 26 tells of an old wild duck Disney Masters is coming out, and that is, of course, being published by the folks at Fantagraphics. Little Brown Ink is publishing To the Stars and Back, and that is by Pegio, and that is $21.99. And to wrap up the month of September with the last week of September, and again October 1st, is the Toon Treasury of Classic Children's Comics. This is a hardcover format, and it is being published by Abrams Comics Art. This one will be $50. Now, if you're interested in purchasing any of the books I talked about, don't forget to check out our sponsor, cheapgraphicnovels.com, your online home for graphic novels and collected editions up to 50% off cover price. They have excellent shipping and prompt and helpful service. Check out their bargain deals for up to 90% off cover price. And don't forget that CGN also takes pre-orders. That way you don't miss out on the hottest releases. And they are currently running a special promotion for you Minties. If you're a first-time customer, after receiving your order confirmation email, reply back to that email and let them know Near Mint Condition sent you their way. They will then apply a free shipping promotional credit to your next order in the US. Cheap Graphic Novels, your source for the hottest books with the kind of deep discount, quality shipping, and customer service that will keep you coming back for more. And those are the collected editions coming out in September of 2025 plus October 1st, which is that Wednesday. So let me know in the comments down below what you plan on picking up, what you already got pre-ordered, what you didn't know was coming, and what you hope it doesn't get delayed. So hopefully there won't be any delays. Again, I just want to thank you all for watching. Thank you to our Patreons for making videos like this possible. Thank you to my big buddy Dom of X for helping me with the documentation and also the freaking images. And yes, if you want the written documentation, that can be found on our Patreon. Woo! Forgetting how to talk. That is it, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Smash that like button on the way out. Stay healthy and safe out there until next month. Much love.